Good morning, guys. I really don't have time to talk. I was supposed to be up way earlier than what I am now. It's okay. So I thought I would do a quick get ready with me for my photo shoot today. I thought I would do a quick get ready with me / makeup tutorial because it was requested to me by someone. So I'm just getting into the skin prep because I want this to be like really flawless as much as possible, as much as I can. So I'm going in with Kiehl's moisturizer. I have combination skin, and as you can tell, I've had so many breakouts. So I'm really just trying to cover that up or moisturize that so that they don't break out more, because if you don't moisturize, your skin produces oil to try and make up for it, right? I don't need any more oil. I don't ever put on the recommended amount. I'm sorry, when I'm wearing makeup, I don't care, because I'm trying to avoid as much oil as possible, but I put on just enough. So here's really the trick that I use. I go in after my sunscreen, I'll put on primer. I kind of just glaze it on. I don't work it into the skin. I know it looks like I'm working it in, but I'm just making sure it's everywhere because I want to be sure that I'm fully covered today. Then after I glaze it on, I let it dry down and I spray some rosehip water on my face to lock everything in. Now you don't have to do that. That's just an extra step to make sure that my skin is moisturized under, because I know what kind of skin that I have. Hey y'all, so I have a little less than 40 minutes to get ready. Since we've already prepped and primed, we're just gonna get down to everything. I got some new products. So I got the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is not a new product, but it's new to me. This is not a good time to test it out. I went and tried to shade match, and I went back and forth between two different products, and I came up with this one. So it looked a little red, but hopefully it's not too bad. And then I've got the Radiant Creamy Concealer by NARS as well. Here we go. You guys also know I love my Estee Lauder concealer. I had to get a replacement because the one that I had, for some reason, the applicator just broke. Ooh, Estee Lauder girl. Ooh. Let's talk, Estee. Let's talk, because yes, first thing that I always start with is my brows, and I just carved them out. The brows are probably, for me, the easiest part of my whole look. Also, because of the situation, I am going to be color correcting because like I said, I'm going to be in front of the camera and I don't have time for any kind of like foolishness to be peeking through. I'm going to carve out my eyebrows. When I'm wearing lashes, I don't bring the concealer down all the way, just because I don't really want any product to get close to my lashes. So what I do instead, take a fluffy brush like this and I spray it down with some setting spray. And I try to let it dry down. If I don't have time, like I don't today, I just pat it on the back of my hand and then I just fluff it out like so. This is Hard Candy Color Corrector. If that tells you how old it is, I probably shouldn't even use it, but I'm going to today. I really can't even blame myself or my skin because I actually think it's my fault. My period made me go on like this sugar rampage for like 3 weeks. Okay, so I was eating Lucky Charms probably 2 to 3 times a day, and you're probably like, how did you have that much cereal? I went through 2 boxes, so that's probably not a lot to some people, but it was a lot that for me that my body was used to. My body just was like, no ma'am. Because I want something matte all day, I'm going to take some translucent setting powder and really get in those areas that I want to stay matte. So like, yeah, my brows. So now I'm going to apply product. Now the directions say to shake it. I already kind of shook it before, so I'm not really worried about it. So I just do the same thing that I did with my concealer brush and spray this down with some setting powder. And I don't go under my eyes just because it's going to be adding a lot of product to that area and I don't want to oversaturate it. Then I just take whatever is left over and put it on my forehead because forehead really doesn't need that. Now I'm gonna put a little bit extra foundation on my face, then we're gonna get to the concealer. Because remember, I'm being in front of the light, so go ahead and add my concealer. Now, I add the concealer that's slightly lighter than the rest of me on the outer corner and all the other places that I use to highlight. So nose, and Cupid's bow area. Then I take my really bright concealer and put it in the corners of my eyes. So I let that dry down some, spray my concealer brush again, and then I make sure that this is already handy and ready. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and start like working the Cupid's bow and the nose area down. I don't know if I said wiping or blending. Either way, trying to get it blended. So once it's blended, I then work on the outer corner. Do you see that? Do you see the material? I work on the outer corner and then I work the inner corner. I'm sorry, I'm just really shocked right now because I don't know if it's NARS or my application or my skincare, but I don't think I've ever had quite a result like this. It's good because I don't have time for shenanigans anyway. So once I get done blending one eye, I immediately go in and press in my setting powder, and then I'll go in and bake. I just do the same thing for the other eye. And I try to make sure that one section of concealer is really blended before I go in and work on the inner corner, because what I don't want is for me to have this like crazy dramatic bright eye. I actually went out of order, but it's perfectly fine. While that's baking, I then go in and do my contour, and I don't really contour my nose just unless there's like something going on. So I take a slanted brush like this and I just really work it just in that section where I place the contour shade, and then I just brush it up. Because of the way my face is shaped, I try not to overdo it or drag it down, or else it'll make my face look funny. Then I go in with the liquid blush and I just put that all on the apples of my cheeks. I make it very subtle because when I go in with the powder, it's gonna be crazy. I typically do. So I don't let the bake sit too much or too long. I just quickly brush it off. Then I go in and contour my face with my powder, set the contour. And again, I'm pressing up, and just where I have the liquid concealer for my contour. Then I go in and I do the same thing for the chin. And make sure y'all blend that out, okay? Please, make sure you blend it out, because in college, I used to just put it on there and then I would just have like, just this line. So don't do like how I used to do in college. And then because, again, I have a baby face, I try to make out a chin. I don't know if it works. In my head, it does something. It probably does nothing. So then I just go and contour my nose. I pat it out first to be sure I've got the placement right. Because what I don't want is like, y'all know how SZA really intensifies her nose contour? Yeah, I don't want to be on that level. So I just try to pat it out. And then if I feel like I need to do more, then I'll do that. See? So after we get done with the contour, then we go in and we do the powder blush. And for this, I don't really take this too high up above my cheeks. And I do blush my nose, I don't care, because I think it's cute. So now I used to use Charlotte Tilbury's setting spray. That's a good one I can vouch for. I'm gonna make sure that you have a fan nearby. I'm gonna use 3 setting sprays. I'm gonna use the Pore Professional. Just because that takes no time to dry down. I'm gonna go in, then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna use Makeup Revolution setting spray. And then I'm going to powder down my face and add my eyeshadow. So you don't want it to be all the way dry. You do kind of want it to be semi damp. Then you just powder down everything. This is also the opportunity to like go in and cover anything that you think you might have missed. I also put on my highlight during this time. I'm also going to go ahead and put on my mascara. I almost forgot my freckles, y'all. We have a dilemma. Since I can't find my Juvia's Place makeup palette, and I really don't have time to look for it, I'm just going to take my bronzer shade, and that's going just to be my, oh, that's pretty. So we're just gonna take the bronzer shade and just really pack it in, because I'm trying to give honey brown sugar, you know what I mean? Like so. I wanted to use my one size, guys, but I have no idea where it is and I really don't have time to look, so we're just going to use another round of Makeup Revolution. The trick that I've learned is to put on the lip liner before your setting spray. For me at least, it tends to stay. Now I'm going to go in with the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Fortune Cookie. Oh, please don't forget to do that because you'll be out here looking crazy. Okay, so the makeup is done. Now we need to undo this. I'm actually very concerned because I'm not 100% sure if it dried. It feels like it did. It is 10:25. I told myself I was gonna leave the house by 10:30. All I need to do is just put on jewelry. Yeah, this is not all the way dry, but we're gonna make it work. The front piece is dry. That's what really matters. We've got product, but nothing is coming out of the product. Okay, you guys, so that is the end. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions, or if you want to see something else from me. I have more videos that are coming, but I just haven't fully edited them yet. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Products will be listed, as the video goes on, so be sure to catch that. And thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.